Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a daily coin analysis with Ethereum. As always, this is not financial advice. This is not sponsored content. Do your own research. Trading is risky. Okay, so as I have been going through all of these coins, I would like to investigate ETH USD today, and I personally believe that ETH USD has a higher risk reward than Bitcoin at these current levels. The reason is that simply Bitcoin has gone 2x from former all-time highs, and ETH is not even at all-time high yet. I feel it's almost inevitable that this 1400 level gets tapped, and people might just be better off just buying and holding Ethereum for the next few weeks or months. And the reason is just simply that this still has a lot more room to run, in my opinion. As I've gone through several other videos before in the past, ETH has had very strong runs starting in December. And in the past, we saw this was greatest alt season of all time in 2017, going into 2018. This right here was 2018. And this went 350% from the bottom in December of 2018. And again, here in 2019, price still went 150% from the bottom over the preceding months. So for me personally, I like to use this December 7th low, which was $530. And it going to all-time high level, this is not so unusual relative to Ethereum's price history. I mean, as we saw before, from 2018 and 2017, price still has room to run if you compare the two previous market cycles. And if you include the fact that Bitcoin is now at all-time high levels, I feel that this has a chance of reaching the $2,000 mark. This right here would make it fairly similar to 2017 and going into 2018 during alt season from the low. And it wouldn't surprise me at all to see this go to at least $2,000, especially with some of the development and DeFi being built on Ethereum. If you look at the Fibonacci extension, uh, 2000 is right near this 1.414 Fibonacci extension. It seems like a very psychological level and a normal level. The volume is still very healthy. And yeah, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum. Personally, I think that this will go the same way that Bitcoin goes on shorter time frames, meaning if Bitcoin starts to pull back heavily, I believe that Ethereum will also pull back, as most of the market always follows Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin eventually hits a ranging period, and I do believe it will, then I think that Ethereum will start to outperform Bitcoin. And we can go into the ETH BTC charts after that, but for the most part, I do believe that Ethereum will have a strong risk to reward trade setup going forward. Now, does that mean just go ahead and buy right away? Well, I mean, you can always wait for a dip. It's always probably better for most people just to dollar cost average in. If I'm looking at some areas for pullbacks, I would be viewing this $800 area. I would view 500 as a normal area. And this weekly close here at 1,000, another psychological level. Current area is a resistance area, but there isn't a whole lot of price history, and I still feel that price will gun for the all-time high levels before it starts to pull back heavily. But again, it's going to really depend on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes down to the high 20Ks or mid 20Ks, then I can certainly see this making a big pullback to 800 or possibly 600. And there are going to be a lot of buyers in these areas. I feel that these areas such as $800 and $650 will have quite a bit of support. Because price blitzed so fast up in the last week or two, these areas generally don't have as much support just because of the amount of time that price spent there. Generally speaking, if price spends a longer time in a certain area, that area is going to have a little more support in general. So personally, if this does start pulling back, then I wouldn't be surprised to see 750. I wouldn't be surprised to see 650 as well. Again, that's a big pullback, but it's going to really depend on Bitcoin. And for now, I am thinking that just really all dips are being bought up by ETH. I mean, you can see this large spike down, lots of volatility, same as Bitcoin. And again, today we saw a lot of volatility as well, but price dipped and the dips were bought up very quickly. So when things start to really amplify and really start to hit a parabola, we're going to see a lot faster movement and less time consolidating in general. And you can really see the volume reflected on this. I mean, you're seeing huge amounts of buy volume in general. And I personally am not going to short this at all, but I'd rather just buy pullbacks just because of how bullish this looks in general. It does look overextended to me personally, but we'll see. I guess I don't know where this will stall out. It's similar to Bitcoin. I have no idea where the top is. I prefer not to look for the top. I'm just going to go ahead and buy dips. And as I said before, 1,000 should have some support in general, given it's a psychological level. 850 and 800 should have some interesting areas as well. But really 650 is kind of it's kind of the main strong point that I'm kind of viewing personally for ETH. Now, this is a bull market. Will I get 650? I don't know. I don't predict the future, but it's really, again, I know I keep saying this, but it's really going to depend on Bitcoin. But I still find it very hard to believe that ETH won't at least tap the all-time high levels given Bitcoin's strength. And I still feel that the 2000s are in play for Ethereum, especially, given all the developments, DeFi, all that other stuff that I talked about before. So these are the areas that I would look to buy dips on, and I am not looking to short. So let's look at the ETH BTC pair. ETH BTC has been in a accumulation range, in my opinion, ever since late 2018. These highs have been tapped several times, as you can see. Twice back in 2018 and 2019. Again, we saw it in this summer run-up of 2020. And we are about to see again what ETH BTC does with another test of this level. This 0.037 area is fairly strong, but given how often price has tapped this area, I feel that there will not be many sellers, and I feel at least 0.05 will be tapped in the shorter term on this next go. Volume confirms this big move up. But again, thinking about your alt BTC principles, what is an alt BTC? An altcoin BTC pair is just altcoin price divided by Bitcoin price. And if Bitcoin continues to move up higher and higher, up to 50,000 or more, then I feel that ETH BTC will go down. And that seems inevitable for most all alt BTC values and pairs. Of course, you'll have some outliers and some coins that do well. But speaking for most of the entire market, you will see ETH BTC pull back, in my opinion, if Bitcoin continues to go higher. And for me personally, I feel like this 0.0267 area would be an area of interest on high time frame charts. And let's just see. Generally speaking, again, ETH BTC is a gauge for alt seasons or alt pumps. So a strong Ethereum BTC is usually showing a strong altcoin market in general. We're going to see if ETH BTC can reclaim some of its former high levels. Again, we haven't seen these levels since 2018. There is a price void here, but like many other older altcoins, I do believe it's going to be very hard for it to restore some of its former highs in the ETH BTC value. I find it very unlikely, given there's just so many more new, coins now. There's so many newer tech and all that stuff, and I feel like most alt BTC values are not going to have the former all-time high levels. But again, I could be wrong. If more and more stuff keeps projects keep getting built on Ethereum, then maybe this will go higher. But for now, personally, I am waiting for either a test of this 0.067 area. Again, this area here, this 022 area, was not tapped. Well, it was close. I mean, I could have adjusted my SR line, which I was not correct on that initial level. And if Bitcoin goes really, really strongly, then who knows? Maybe this low will get tapped. I don't know. If this goes to like 75,000, then these lows will almost certainly get tapped. But in the short term, I am bullish on ETH BTC. I do feel that ETH BTC generally is very strong in December. When I looked at this chart again, this does have very strong December runs. Not quite as much as the USD pair, but in terms of the Bitcoin pair, this still is very strong starting in December. And this, of course, was alt season, went 400%. Back in early 2020, went 66%, and for here, it went 70% or so from the lows. So if you consider these lows in late December, maybe this will hit the range highs again. But it really depends on ETH USD in general. If ETH USD goes really strong and BTC hits a range, then I could see this going potentially a little higher, maybe 2.05. Certainly possible, but I'm going to play it level to level. For me personally, if you are looking to buy this coin, I would either try to target the 0.067 area and just dollar cost average in. You could try for these lows again, 0.023, but not sure if those will come again. And another trigger for me would be if price closed above this 0.037 area. I feel that would be fairly strong as well. For me personally, the volume does still look strong, so it wouldn't surprise me to see this go to 0.053 again. That's kind of the area that I'm targeting, but I'm happy to be wrong. And if I am wrong, it usually probably means that Bitcoin is just going very, very strong. So with that said, I am very bullish on both ETH USD and ETH BTC. And I feel that 1,500 will get tapped almost certainly, and 2,000 is my target in the short term. And it could still go higher. I mean, if this goes like Bitcoin did, then we're looking at 3,000, right? Like 1,500 was the, or 1,400 was the previous high. I mean, 2,800 or 3K is probably double that if this has the same strength. But again, not really sure if that's going to happen. For me, I think that most people would just be better off dollar cost averaging on dips for Ethereum. And I am very, very bullish on Ethereum in 2021. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. Please also message me if you do have any comments or questions as well. Thank you.